Okay, so one time I was at an event and they gave everybody like 1 minute to give their spiel so they could decide if you were going to be able to speak. So when I got up and it was my 1 minute time, I said, posting and hoping is not a strategy. And they loved it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to give a video on that. So today I want to talk about how posting is a part of a brand strategy, but posting is not a brand strategy. And I'm going to talk about 7 tips that you can use that will be a brand strategy. So now I have my notes here on the phone, so I will be looking at them. So if you're thinking, well, I'm posting and I have a strategy where I'm posting so many times a week on so many platforms, that's not a strategy, that's a posting schedule. And so we're going to break it down today. 7 tips I'm going to give you. Posting is a part of it, to make sure you have a brand strategy and not just a posting schedule. So that if that is something you are interested in, keep watching. So hello, awesome people. As you know, if you know me, I'm Marsha Lynn Hudson, and I am a brand strategist and AI trainer. And I love helping coaches and speakers and entrepreneurs, even authors, to build their brand, monetize their expertise, and market online with ease so they can grow their business without being overwhelmed. So today I am so excited to be talking about how just posting is not a brand strategy. That's just a routine. But I'm going to give you the 7 tips and 7 parts to what is actually a brand strategy. So sometimes we think, well, this is what I'm doing, this is my schedule, and that's good. But you just need a simple strategy, a simple brand strategy. So let's hop into it. So I hope you have that pen and paper, and we're going to get right into it. Now, if you haven't grabbed my free brand guide or our free resources, especially my newest resource on the Power of One, I'm teaching you in a masterclass and a VIP day and a download on how to use the Power of One, turn your idea into massive income. So I'm going to put that down below. So let's hop into it. Strategy number 1, consistent posting with a purpose. Okay. So I do believe in posting, not just a schedule, but a strategy. Posting for me, my assistant and I, we post 3 times a week consistently, but we have a purpose to our posting. So I will message her on the weekend before the new week, and I will say, this is our theme for the upcoming week. And we use our content pillars. And as a brand strategist, one of my content pillars is a branding. So sometimes I post about building your brand. One is AI and AI assistance. So sometimes I talk about how to create content and save time with AI. One of my brand pillars is mindset, because I firmly believe it's very hard to be successful without the right mindset. And then of course, one of my brand pillars is my entrepreneur lifestyle, where I talk about my own challenges and my own struggles and desires as an entrepreneur. And then we also have an inspiration pillar where I inspire and motivate and empower you to keep going, keep having this strategy, keep to your ideas and your dreams and turn them into reality. So we always make sure we consistently post with a purpose. That's number 1, consistently post with a purpose. Now, I like the 3-day-a-week plan because I don't like to teach my clients to be overwhelmed. If you want to post more than that, you can. 1 to 2 platform is all you need for 12 weeks. Go all in and use your content pillars 3 days a week. You can build a very good brand with that schedule. So that's a part of your brand strategy. Consistent posting with a purpose, not just posting, not just showing up, not just putting anything, right? So your content should actually speak to your ideal person. Like right now, my content is speaking to people who want to build their business. My content is speaking to coaches, people who want to coach, people who want to speak, who want to have programs, entrepreneurs who want to monetize their expertise by building their brand. So your post must be intentional and not just staying busy. So number 2, step 2, you want to have strategic commenting and connections. Okay, I hope you have that pen and paper. Strategic commenting and connections. For instance, if you have a 3-day-a-week plan, you can decide one day or two of those days where you're going to maybe hop on the sofa. This is what I do, and do some commenting. You may comment on 5 other people's posts. You may comment on 3 people day one, and you want to give good comments. Your comments shouldn't just say, oh, that was nice, or I like that, or you might just like. Your comments should need to look like a small TED Talk is what I like to say. And when you comment, you may have 2 or 3 sentences. When I comment on a post, I make a point. I make sure I give them their accolade, and then I add value in my comments. So 3 to 5 comments, 2 days a week. This is a part of your strategy. It's not just about posting. Now, when I say connection, we're talking about step 2. Commenting and connections. When I say connections, let's say you're on LinkedIn, and I hope if you're a coach, a speaker, author, you should be on LinkedIn. Connecting, you want to connect, and I like to say with 5 to 10 new people a week. And not just to be connecting. I go to people's pages on LinkedIn. I check out their profile. I check out their headliner. I check out their posts. I see if they've been active. And then when I connect, I send a message, and I might say something like, nice to connect. I really like your page. I like your message. Have a great day. I'm not going to sell, okay? I'm going to connect so we can build relationships. And I like to say 5 to 10 connections a week. This is a great part of a strategy. Posting is not a brand strategy. It's just a schedule or a routine. But the brand strategy consists of these 7 parts. And at the end, I'm going to tell you how easy it is to do it every week. So that's number 2. Visibility isn't just about your posts. It's in your comments also, okay? So strategic commenting and connection. Number 3, scheduling and consistency, all right? So you might say, well, Marsha, I am busy and I can't be online every day, all day. Good, because I don't suggest that. You need to schedule. You can automatically schedule your posts or schedule it in your time. You only need about 20 to 30 minutes 2 to 3 days a week. You could actually do that without having to schedule. But if you want a scheduler, you can do Post Planner, and I'll put that link down below. Or you can do another scheduler. But we actually post at our times because it doesn't take long now that we have AI, right? So your scheduling might be your 3 days. Ours is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Now, sometimes if I have a little extra time and I have a little fun going on, I may post on a Friday or a Saturday or a Sunday. But our main schedule is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and we consistently show up. And that only takes about 30 minutes, okay? You don't have to show up every day. You don't have to be online 5 days a week. You don't have to be on there 7 days. You don't have to be on every side, dancing on TikTok, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram. That is not necessary anymore in 2025. At one time, maybe, but not now. So you want to make sure you don't burn out. Because if you start like that, you're either going to burn out or you're not going to be consistent because it's too many places. Believe me, I've been there. It's too many places to be. And so you just kind of get away from it. Step 4, okay? Checking your insights. You want to make sure what you're doing is working. You don't want to just post every week and you go, oh, these people liked it or whatever. Check your insights. Every platform has insights. And the insights will tell you, how many people engaged, how many people looked at it. It'll even tell you other things that you may do. I like the insights on email marketing. I use Constant Contact. It tells me who opened my emails. It tells me what time they opened it. It tells me if my subject line is good. That way I can adjust. If it says most people, Marsha, open your emails at 10 a.m., I know to send my emails around 10 a.m. If it says you get really good open rates on Wednesday, I know to open on Wednesday. If it says people didn't click on this subject line, I know to change my subject line. Insights are so important. You have them on Facebook, you have them on Instagram, you have them on LinkedIn. So your insights are important, and numbers don't lie. Likes do not bring money to the bank, and likes That's just not the only thing that's giving you insight. So check if your content is working. Sometimes people will comment. Sometimes people will share. Sometimes people will save. And so that leads to real engagement. And that's how you check to see if it's working. Your schedule and your brand strategy is working. You might say, well, Marsha, when do I do that? I like twice a week, or if you're busy, once a week, but check those insights. All right. So step 5, 3 more steps to go. Step 5, you want to deliver real value with your content. Okay. And I know you already know that. I like to say pick 2 platforms. My main 2 platforms are LinkedIn and YouTube. I love building my brand on LinkedIn and YouTube. Why? Because I get clients there. I create visibility there. People ask me, can I speak? Because they see my content, but I am on other sites because I am a brand strategist. But my 2 main platforms that I go all in on are LinkedIn and here, YouTube. So when I show up with content, I want to make sure I am delivering real value. And it's normally in storytelling content, and it's very authentic. I just show up as me. I show up and help people with their challenges, their struggles, their desires. I share my own, how it has worked out for me, what's growing my business, what will grow your business, what didn't work for me, what wins I had, showing value. That is a great way to build a brand. So you teach sometimes, you share sometimes, you tell stories sometimes, you educate, you entertain, you inform. And so your value becomes very value-driven content. And what does that do? It builds authority, it builds trust, it builds curiosity. People want to follow you. They want to know what you have to say each week. And where does that lead? That leads people to getting ready to buy from you. Okay, so delivering real value, step 5. Step 6, you need a clear call to action and a lead magnet. And you might say, Marsha, well, what is that? When we post, sometimes we post 3 days a week, sometimes 4, but sometimes I'll put a call to action, a CTA. And a call to action is leading people away from social media to something I own. So I might put a CTA or call to action and say, be sure and grab my free guide on brand transformation. That's a call to action, a CTA. Sometimes I might say, head to our success vault and get resources on growing your brand and marketing online with ease. Sometimes I may say, I might give a link to a webinar, automated webinar I have. These are CTAs, a call to action. Sometimes I might put in there how I'm having a training that's coming up, like I'm having the Power of One masterclass, free masterclass that's coming up May 5th, and I'll leave a link to that. I'll put that in below. And so your lead magnet becomes your clear, irresistible offer, which I'm teaching that in my masterclass, The Power of One, because when I was all over the place and I was doing everything and I had all of these ideas and I just wasn't clear to my audience, and a confused mind never buys. And people were kind of confused at time on what do I do and who do I help? Because one day it was this and another week it was this. And so when I got clear on the Power of One, my main idea, my main signature idea, I can make that into so many areas for income. I can make it into a talk. I can make it into a digital product. I can make it into a mini course. I can make it into a coaching program. So you turn your ideas into income when you focus and you get unstuck with the Power of One. So I'm excited about my masterclass that's coming up May 5th on the Power of One. It's going to be awesome. I'll put a link down below. So the clear call to action leads people away from social media. You can lead them to your email. You can lead them to your lead magnet. Some people call it a freebie. So a clear call to action takes people somewhere next from when they read your content or they liked. Where do they go next? Okay. And most people stop at the like. All right. You post and you don't invite. You have to invite people to other places. So each piece of content that you post should lead to somewhere, okay? Your CTA or your call to action should point people to your lead magnet. Sometimes my call to action is to point people to my Substack newsletter. I'll also put that link below. So you want to lead people to value. You want to lead people to resources. And then sometimes, of course, you can lead them to your paid offers, okay? So that gets them to stop scrolling, being on social media, and lead them to where you want them to go. The last step is step 7. So now that you've been doing these things, this is a strategy. It's more than just posting, okay? And you want to be consistent with your 2 to 3 days a week. Now you just have to create this funnel that's week after week. What happens? You turn strangers into clients, okay? A real brand strategy ends with a funnel. For me, when I'm building a brand, sometimes I'll invite people to get on a strategy call with me, and it is a complimentary 20-minute strategy call. And so the funnel, the brand strategy ends with a funnel. And by the time people get to the call and I have a strategy for the call, I'm going to listen to what's going on with them, what's been challenging them, what's been having them stuck, where are their gaps, and listen to what we need to do to get them unstuck, to get them to close those gaps and to help them grow their business. Now, if they want to move forward and work with me, then I talk to them about ways we can work together in the funnel. And so this is not selling or being sleazy. This is serving. You serve people when you teach them how to do something that they want that's going to help them create a life and a business that they love. So a strategy involves more than just content. You need a path, okay? And so all of these 7 steps lead to the one path to profits, which I'm going to be talking about in the masterclass, okay? So now what are we doing as we wrap up in this funnel, all right? So as we wrap up in this funnel, realize that posting alone, you do need to post, is not a brand strategy, okay? These 7 steps: number 1, consistently post with a purpose from your pillars. Number 2, strategic commenting and connection. Number 3, scheduling and being consistent your 2 to 3 days a week, okay? Number 4, checking those insights, right? Number 5, delivering real value, okay? Tell your story, teach, educate. Number 6, your call to action or your CTA and your lead magnet. And number 7, close it all with a closing funnel. And for me, I usually end with a call. I don't push people. I don't chase clients. I'm not salesy or sleazy, but I do offer value because I know what I can do and you know what you can do to help your ideal client get from here, from where they are to where they don't want to be, to here to where they want to be. So now it becomes serving. And when they work with you, they're so happy because they have gone from a place that they don't want to be down a journey to a place that they want to create a life and a business that they love. So I hope that this video has helped you. Be sure and look down below the links. There's so many great links that I mentioned, especially the Power of One Masterclass. And then I'm having a VIP where I'm going to show you actually how to actually create something from your ideas and turn them into income. And as we wrap up, I always like to say, don't forget to leave comments. We love comments. Leave comments and become followers for us because we're going to give you value every single week on this channel. And as I like to end, as I like to say, don't forget the secret sauce to your success is not being overwhelmed. It's not being on every side. It's not doing everything every day. The secret sauce to your success is you. It's the choices and decisions you make one day at a time.